Okay.
I should be able to see it on there.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm gonna be watching.
All right.
I can't see this side. Y'all have to tell me if that side goes down. I can see this side.
We can see that side if something go wrong with it, but
Right.
I said mine I can't see if something.
Right.
If it just decides I'm gonna die because the battery has been on too long.
Right.
Live too close.
You on?
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna have to spend some YouTube so I can go get through another live lesson. All right.
Yeah, I
You
can
can
see
open
it.
up, bro. Yeah, you're right there. Open up.
Okay. All right. All right. We are the Hebrew Israelites back out here for another live lesson. All right. Prophesy the downfall of America, Babylon the Great, to edify our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians who make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. All right. And before we get started, as always, we want to turn to the east. We want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakash. All right. Double honors to the head apostles / elder bishops of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all you sincere Akim. Keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of whether we're here or whether they forbear. All right, now today we're going to do a continuation of what we did a couple weeks back. The Sabbath Day Live, we went into a reaction to that guy's video. All right, we were not able to finish going over all the topics that he discussed in that video. So we're going to do a continuation of that. And do you have the first topic that we're going to talk about?
Yeah, we can start off with the Hosea, because he went into what was that Romans.
2.
Yeah, and those of you that haven't seen the video, I'll include it in the description box.
Yep,
it's actually about 2 weeks ago to Casting Down Imaginations, part 1. So this will be part 2, as far as my videos go. So, but
okay.
what was that Romans 9 where it says in Hosea? You got Hosea, brother?
Yeah, I'm on.
I know you were holding it then. So we'll continue here.
Okay. So we're gonna pretty much bust down Romans 9.
Right.
Okay.
Let's start off at let's just get back to the point.
Okay.
Start off at 24, bro. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm already here.
Yeah, start off at verse 24, just to kind of bust down what he was saying, because he was trying to include that the Gentiles, that this is speaking about the actual Gentiles,
right,
when we know it's not.
Right, of course. Okay. Yep. So pretty much the topic. Well, there's multiple topics, but right now we're gonna bust down the false ideology that when it's speaking of the Gentiles, all right, in the New Testament concerning salvation, that is speaking of the actual heathen nations, meaning non-Israelites.
Right.
All right. The Gentiles that it's speaking about are the Israelite foreigners, and what that means is essentially those are the Israelites, okay, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, those who have the seed line of Jacob, that are not following the ways of their forefathers, they're not following the customs and the religion of serving Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Right, they're given over into idolatry, all right, and pretty much just wicked practices. Because going back into that time when this was written, a lot of the Israelites were what was known as Hellenized.
Right.
All right, and that means, if you look that up, being a Hellenista means that you've been indoctrinated into the Greek culture. All right, you're following the Greek customs, worshiping the Greek gods. All right, so when you do that, the Lord considers you to be Gentiles.
I got a quick precept for that if you want it.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. I got
You
one.
holding something? Okay. Let me bring mine out.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right, this is 1 Corinthians 12 and 2. I'll start at 1. Now, concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. So we know that brethren is speaking to his fellow countrymen, men of his own ilk, bloodline. Verse 2, ye know that ye were Gentiles carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. So that right there is letting us know that they didn't start out Gentiles, but when they were led away into these dumb idols, following after these other religions, these other nations' gods, because the scripture says it over and over that the other nations have gods, lowercase, idols. And this is who we were led away to and started following, which put us in a Gentile state of mind.
Right.
Right.
Well, and real quick, because you said that you mentioned Hellenistas, because you had the Hellens, they were, and I got notes here that says they were the Jews, okay, that knew they were Israelites, but they were still following the practices of the Greeks, you know, or wherever else they were scattered to. Okay, it was mainly the Greek, you know, the Greek ways of life, you know. Then you had the Hellenistas. See, well, actually, Salachya, the Hellenes said they didn't know they were Israelites. You see. Then you had the Hellenistas that they knew they were Israelites, but they were still practicing and following the ways of the Greeks, you know. That's why, you know, it says neither Jew nor Greek, man.
Yeah, that's a good distinction. And I want to add, because I know that people that are watching this, they're going to say, well, this book is to the Corinthians, right. All right? But you have to understand that the New Testament was written to the Israelites scattered in these different lands, scattered in Corinth, scattered in Galatia.
Somebody get James 1.
Scattered in Ephesus. Yep. I got a precept on that as well.
Yeah, get it.
All right, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 10.
Nah, but I get it.
Oh, keep going.
So this is proof that when the book of Corinthians was written to the Israelites that were scattered in Corinth, just like all the other books. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 1. It says, moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant how that all our fathers were under the cloud and all passed through the sea, and were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea, and did all eat the same spiritual meat. All right, so that only happened to the Israelites. That didn't happen to the actual heathen, the actual Greeks. All right, what he's recalling here is speaking of the Exodus out of ancient Egypt. All right, when the children of Israel went through the sea, they went to the wilderness and they ate the manna from heaven. All right, so he's recalling this and saying, this is how, you know, called back to your memory how our fathers went through this. So that's how you know who he's writing to. He's writing to the Israelites that are scattered among Corinth. All right, and I got another precept I want to bring out. All right, and this is another instance in the scriptures where the Israelites are likened unto Gentiles. All right, this is from the Old Testament actually. All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 5. It says, actually I'll start at 4. Jeremiah 4 and 4. It says, circumcise yourselves to the Lord, and take away the foreskins of your heart, ye men of Judah and inhabitants of Jerusalem, lest my fury come forth like a fire, and burn that none can quench it, because of the evil of your doings. All right, so circumcising your heart goes into the foreskins, represents uncleanliness. So it says circumcise your heart from the foreskins, I mean take away the uncleanliness, right? Now, read a few more verses. It says, declare ye in Judah and publish in Jerusalem, say, blow ye the trumpet in the land, cry together and say, assemble yourselves and let us go into the defense cities. Set up the standards toward Zion, retire, stay not, for I will bring evil from the north and a great destruction. It says, the lion is come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way.
Right.
He is gone forth from his place to make thy land desolate, and thy city shall be laid waste without an inhabitant. All right, so this was addressed to the Israelites. All right, and he's saying the destroyer of the Gentiles is coming because he was, because of the wickedness of the Israelites, the Lord had became like an enemy unto them. All right, so he's calling them Gentiles, and he's saying because of your wickedness, it has made you Gentiles, and now you're getting ready to be punished for that.
Right, because I was thinking about Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah,
Yep,
Nebuchadnezzar.
yep,
Even though
yep.
we do use it now as Yahweh Shai coming to destroy, you know, the actual Gentiles.
Evil, right.
You know, it's twofold. I mean,
right. This prophecy is exactly
it's twofold.
Yep. But I just wanted to use that because it shows an example that the Israelites, all right, that are not following the ways of the Lord can be referred to as Gentiles. That's an example from the Old Testament, and then now we got one from the New as well. But you want me to read that Romans?
Let me get this real quick, just so we
Okay.
get a kind of a backdrop on why, you know, Israelites became. You had those that followed the Greek customs knowingly that they were they knew they were Israelites, and you had those that didn't know. You know, those are just they were Hellenized. And somebody want to grab you know, 2 Maccabees, the 6th chapter.
Yep, I got that.
I'll get this one first. This is 1 Maccabees 1 and 10. It says, and there came out of them a wicked root, and Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus, the king, who had been a hostage at Rome. See, and he reigned in the 137th year, see, of the kingdom of the Greeks. See, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men, see, who persuaded many, saying, let us go up and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have much sorrow. He said, so this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them a license to do after the ordinances of the heathen, whereupon they built and exercised it at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen. So if you know the backstory, in the gyms, it goes back to what Jim knows, means to be naked, man. They were actually in the gyms exercising naked. You see? And then that's why, because when they were, that's why it says they became uncircumcised, man. Meaning that they stopped following the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Not only that, but they were literally trying to put the skin back on, on the penis, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but that just goes back to showing you that, hey, there was wicked men among Israel, man. That they didn't care that they were Israelites. They still wanted to follow the ways of the heathen because what? Because it was pleasing to the flesh. The same way a lot of our people are today, man.
Exactly. Yep. Because we're able to. There's a scripture. I forgot exactly where it's at. I think it's like 2 Corinthians chapter 12 or something. But it pretty much says that there must be heresies, so that the truth can be, so that you'll know who is who bring out the truth among you. I forgot exactly where that's at, but even in today's time, you have the men that are the Israelite men out there that are breaking down the scriptures in a way that's never been broken down before, able to understand the prophecies, and it's very obvious who has the knowledge, wisdom, understanding. We're able to debunk all the lies of Christianity thoroughly and sharply. And even with all that, you still have plenty of our people who will completely ignore prophecy, completely ignore scripture, and they do that because it's comfortable for them to still be a part of this world. They still, because if you, in order to be, if you're going to be a Hebrew Israelite 110%, all right, it's not compatible with Babylon. It's not compatible with the ways of the world. All right, you're gonna have to give up your life as you know it in this world for the most part. All right, that doesn't mean that you can't have a job and all that kind of stuff, but especially as we come into the time now, more and more, the Israelites are gonna be persecuted. All right, because the true gospel is not compatible with the world. So just like in that time, you had people that they wanted to have that, we are the world spirit, and they joined with the heathens, so they took on the Greek customs. It's the same way people are doing now. They take on the customs of Babylon, of Esau today.
Right. One more verse. Verse 15, it says, and made themselves uncircumcised, see, not only of the heart, which is the mind, but again, actually, physically. It says, and forsook the holy covenant and joined themselves to the heathen and were sold to do mischief, see? And again, so that goes to the to the ones that knew they were Israel, but they were still they still wanted to follow the ways of the heathen, man. But then you had those that, well, you can get it, brother. You had those that were forced.
Right. Yep. So this is 2 Maccabees chapter 6. All right, this is in the Apocrypha, 2 Maccabees chapter 6, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens, Greece, to compel the Jews to depart from the ways and the laws of their fathers, and not to live after the laws of God. All right, it says God, Yahweh. It says, and to pollute also the temple in Jerusalem, and to call it the temple of Jupiter Olympus.
Right.
And that in the garrison of Jupiter, the defender of strangers, as they did desire that dwelt in this place. All right, so pretty much, as it's saying right here, that they had compelled the Israelites, the southern kingdom at that time, because the northern kingdom was already over here in the Americas.
Right. Although there were some northern tribes. Get that real quick, brother.
Yep.
To get that James 1:1.
Yeah.
Just grab that real quick, brother.
This is James chapter 1 and verse 1, and it reads, James, a servant of the Most High and of Yahushua Hamashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings.
See, that's the 12 tribes scattered abroad. So that we know that there was northern tribe, scattered amongst the southern tribe back then.
Right.
See?
Yep. But yeah, they were compelling the Israelites to walk away from the laws of God, which is, and we see that continue today. All right, that's the reason why, like you go to these churches, they tell you the law's done away with. All right, they celebrate customs of the heathens, even though, like for example, Jeremiah chapter 10, it specifically goes into not putting up Christmas trees and decorating them. And if you go into these churches in December, that's all you're going to see is Christmas trees, and that's because this is an extension of what we're seeing right here, right? A temple of idols. It says 2 Maccabees 6:3. It says the coming in of this mischief was sore grievous to the people, for the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentiles, who dallied with harlots and had to do with women within the circuit of the holy places, and besides that, brought in things that were not lawful, It says, the altar also was filled with profane things which the law forbids. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
Yeah.
Right, so this is going to that fulfillment of that. Well, part of it is the Psalms 83rd chapter. All right, this is the beginning of it, really, because all the nations, you know, had joined together to get the Israelites to lose their heritage and to turn away from their laws.
Right,
But,
and also Psalms the 2nd chapter. Why do the heathen rage? Because they want to cut the bands. They want to cut the connection from us and our power, man.
That's right.
As Israelites.
That's right. Yep. So it says, verse 7. And in the days of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices, and when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus, carrying ivy. That's where that Bacchus, that was a god of wine and reveling.
Right.
All right, and that's where you get that bachelorette degree. So when you go to these colleges,
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras, all these different pagan festivals. But when you get that quote unquote bachelor's degree, that root word of that is Bacchus. That's why they have all these partyings and orgies and all this kind of wild stuff going on in these universities, because it's designed to pretty much make you a degenerate. They teach you the ways of the world, and they kind of sneak in the philosophies of feminism, right? All these liberal philosophies that are contrary to the laws of the Heavenly Father. All right, so they're indoctrination centers. Can we keep reading?
No, that's the point.
Okay.
The point,
Yep.
you know, so you had both. You had those that knew they were Israelites, but they still wanted to go and continue to follow the ways of the heathen. And you had those that didn't even know they were Israelites.
Right.
Okay, and the reason why they didn't know is because they were forced not to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So you got to understand. So after generation, you know, in generation, okay, of them not knowing who they were, and who do they think they were? They thought they were Greeks.
Right. If I may, I do want to read down a few verses.
Go ahead.
All right, because they did this by force. All right, just like you know, in slavery, okay, and also with the so-called Native Americans, they sent them to boarding schools. They beat their culture out of them. They beat their culture out of us. All right, Southern and Northern Kingdom, as it says, Judah and Israel were oppressed together. All right, this goes all the way back to the Greek kingdom as well. All right, 2 Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 8.
Well, Salachya, it even shows you in the movie Roots. You know, what do they say? What's your name? Kute. Your name is Toby, man.
Right.
So the heritage was beat out of us, man.
Right.
Okay. I mean, and we know that the slave trade, you know, when it shows it, you know, in history, a lot of times it shows the Southern Kingdom, so-called Negroes, you know. But you got to understand that you had the so-called Native Americans, the so-called, you know, Hispanic Latinos that were here before that. Okay, and they were treated, through the acts of slavery, you know, as well. You know, they were put into captivity, man. Right. Yep. And they were hung, and done all kinds of matters of wickedness to them as well.
Yep.
So we all got it.
Yeah, exactly.
But the Southern Kingdom did get it the worst. You know, Judah beating the head tribe.
Judah and Israel were oppressed together.
Right.
2 Maccabees 6 and 8. It says, moreover, there went out a decree to the neighboring cities of the heathen by the suggestion of Ptolemy
Yep.
against the Jews, that they should observe the same fashions and be partakers of their sacrifices. And whoso would not conform themselves to the manners of the Gentiles should be put to death.
Right.
Then might a man have seen the present misery. For there were two women brought who had circumcised their children, who when they had openly led round about the city, the babes hanging at their breast, they cast them down headlong from the wall.
Man.
All right, so they took those. So two women, they had took those women that circumcised their children, they took their babies and threw them over a wall head first, and pretty much smashed their head against the rocks. That's the reason why it says in what's that, Psalms 130?
137. Happy shall be.
Yep, Psalms 137.
That little ones smashing against the stones.
Right, exactly. Because the Lord is a God of recompense,
right.
All right, and a balance.
It's a righteous thing.
Right, it's a righteous thing to recompense tribulation to them that have troubled us. Because they were doing this back then, and then of course in slavery they were feeding our children to alligators,
bullets.
Right, yep, all that, man. So all that's going to be returned, but it's going to be, us doing it to them on that side.
It's going to be righteous this time.
What scripture is that?
That's the reading of the 2nd Maccabees.
Right. So you got to understand.
Chapter
so
6.
they were forced to, if they were in the Greek captivity and they were no longer allowed to call themselves Jews, what were they calling themselves? Greeks.
Right, right.
See, so that's what you got to have that understanding when you read the New Testament and you start in Matthew. You don't have an understanding unless you know that history.
Right, right. Because that's when it says for there's neither Jew nor Greek in Yahushai. All right, that's speaking about the Jews that were still sticking to their customs, because some of them didn't bow down, some of them didn't fold. All right, and then others, they were like, nah, we don't want no heat, so they started following the customs of the Greeks. So when it says there's neither Jew nor Greek, all right, that's what it's talking about. It's talking about those people who were calling themselves Greeks, but they were really Israelites. They had left their culture because pretty much, you know, they were forced out of it. They didn't want that smoke. Right, and that's where you get the Pharisees. They came in because when Judas Maccabees came in with the sons, they had that determination to keep the law, man. Right. To do things according to the law, statutes, commandments, and follow the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. See, in the Pharisees, they had that same mindset. Right. Although, you know, they were, you know, a lot of them were doing wickedly, you know. Right, and that's what Christians don't get. Like down the videos, because they completely skip over the Old Testament. The Apocrypha was removed, and they don't read the history behind the content. So they're pretty much, it's like if you take a math class and you skip basic math, you skip algebra, and you jump straight to calculus. You lost. You don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah. Yeah. So, well, no. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, real quick. That's why you got to understand why there was such an enmity between the Pharisees, okay, and then those that were Israelites, but they were following the ways of the heathen, man. Right. They had so much hatred towards them. You know, they pretty much casted them out as not a people. They were sellouts. That's how they looked at them. Yeah. They looked at you like, hey, we stood strong. Right. We kept the ways of the forefathers, and you ninjas, right? That's how they was looking at you. It's like you ninjas over there, right? Y'all followed after these damn heathens. Right. See, y'all are punks. Y'all weak. Right. That's how they was looking at him. So then when Yahushua came and he was like, nah, we all one. Right. We're gonna be all one nation together. They're like, nah, why did they get to be a part of Israel again? That's how he was looking at it. Right? That's how they once again they don't understand that. That's the reason why it was such a big deal. That's why they were rising up against Yahushua, because they were looking at him like he's just washing away, you know, all the wickedness that our people did under, you know, trying to be behind the Greeks. Because there's a parable that Yahushua brought out where it talks about the rich man that had two sons. All right, he had two sons, and one of them had been doing what he's supposed to do. Right. The prodigal sons. Right, exactly. So the other one, he was going off messing with whores and doing all the stuff he wasn't supposed to do. Yeah, spending his money crazy. Yeah. Right.
And he asked his father for his money, for his inheritance. Right. And he gave it to him, but he took off, and I think they found him in a pig sty, living amongst the pigs.
Exactly. That's what that parable represents, though. All right, the two prodigal sons, the prodigal son that kept, you know, that did what his father told him to do. Mm-hmm. That was the Israelites who stuck to the customs. All right, and then the prodigal son who went off, all right, that was the Israelites who were indoctrinated into the Greek culture. All right, so the one who stuck to the customs, he was angry. He's like, why does he's just now coming back? Yeah, you gave him a party and exactly right.
Get the best.
Yep.
So just in going with what your brothers was going into. So this is the Greek captivity and a portion of what was happening. This is 2nd Maccabees, and I'm going to read a couple verses in chapter 5 and then jump to 6. I'm going to start it in 2nd Maccabees 5 and beginning at 24. He sent also that detestable ringleader Apollonos with an army of 22,000, commanding him to slay all those that were in their best age and to sell the women and the younger sort, who coming to Jerusalem and pretending peace did forbear till the holy day of the Sabbath. Then, when taking the Jews, keeping holy days, he commanded his men to arm themselves, and so he slew all them that were gone to the celebrating of the Sabbath, and running through the city with weapons, slew great multitudes. So this is one of the reasons why our people were in that state of mind. Right. And then this is the command that came from the was it the king or the emperor, whomever? I don't remember who exactly gave out that command. But this is again 2nd Maccabees 6 and verse 6, and it reads. Actually, I'm going to start at verse 4. For the temple was filled with riot and reveling, by the Gentiles who dallied with harlots and had to do with women within the circuit of the holy places. And these harlots were the other women that were worshiping these other gods. You know, they weren't like your standard harlot walking the street. They were harlots of these different churches.
Temple prostitutes.
Temple prostitutes.
Yeah, temple prostitutes.
Similar to what you have in Christianity, you know. And besides that, brought in things that were not lawful. The altar also was filled with profane things which the law forbiddeth. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, and here's the kicker, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. So that's why we had, you know, the Hellenistas and the Hellenistas and the Hellenistas and the Hellenists, because our people were not allowed to profess themselves at all to be a Jew. And this was prior to the Roman captivity that, you know, all you Christians are aware of, but you're lost when it comes to the Greek captivity.
Right. It's just, it doesn't make sense that when you go to the scriptures, it explains all the captivities except the Greek captivity. There's a little bit of it in the book of Daniel, but that's it.
Right.
So where's the Greek captivity at?
Right.
It's in the Apocrypha.
Exactly. What happened to all the writings and everything? They didn't just skip hundreds of years of history. But see, they don't connect the dots, man. But I got a precept because you just read about how what they did is that they waited until we were at Sabbath, all right, and then they came in with an army and started slaughtering people. All right, this is Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10. It says, "Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness." All right, so iron, even if you try to wipe it away, it rusts. Try to wipe the rust away, it's gonna come back. The wickedness of Esau is never gonna go away. All right, and our people, they're constantly trying to make friends with the devil. He's not created to be your friend. He's created to be the sword of the Heavenly Father. All right, this is verse 11. It says, "Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away." Right. So it says, even though he humbles himself, because what did he do? He waited until their Sabbath day. All right, he waited until their Sabbath day, and they thought it was all good. And then he came in with the army and slaughtered a multitude of people. All right, he's going to do the same thing with you Israelites in this time. All right, you got these Israelites in these Christian churches. You think that this devil is your friend? He's plotting against you the whole time, man. All right, when Jacob's trouble hits, the Lord is gonna use Esau to slaughter 2/3. All right, 66.66667% of our people are gonna be slaughtered by this devil that they thought was their friend. All right, you're gonna see your local friendly neighborhood quote unquote white man, all right, thinking that he's your friend. "Oh, come on, Jerry." He gonna pull out a pistol and pop you in the head, man. Yeah. And he's gonna take everything off your dead carcass. Yeah. You see? Yeah. That's how these devils think, man. All you gotta do is look at history. That's it. All you gotta do is look at history. They're not created to be your friend, man.
And not to get graphic, he may take advantage of you. You know, and you know what I mean. Right. He'll take advantage of you, your children, and your wife if you have one. You know.
Right. And it won't be his first time. No. Because in slavery, that was one of his methods.
That was their MO.
Buck breaking. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I just had a quick one to go with what the brother just said, because, hey, like he said, this is coming back again. Right. This is why Matthew 24 and 20 reads, "But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day." You know, because, you know, the true men and women of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, hey, when the Sabbath comes, we stop and we worship. And this is when this devil knows to make his move, man. You know, but hey, we understand that in this time the Most High is going to lift up a standard for his. You know, he's going to be the one like Elisha asked his servant's eyes to be opened. You know, so that he could see the chariots. That they that be with us are more than they that be with them. You know, hey, that's what these people are going to figure out in a minute, man. You know. Hey, those that the Most High has chosen to protect and watch over, man, you're going to be in a terrible case messing with them, man.
That's right.
Got a quick precept, because no matter what, like exactly what they were doing back then, Okay, they're getting ready to do again, man. They're not going to change.
Yeah.
Right.
This is Jeremiah 13:23. It says, "Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? See, then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil." So that's what they were created, man. They were created. The wicked were created for the day of evil, man.
Right.
And we know that that's going to be in the Lord's day. But even in the evils that we see today, and the evils in the future, and evils that were back then, man, these devils are not going to change.
Right. And that puts me in the mindset of that which is past. Hey, the Most High requires that which is past. So hey, nothing has been removed from his remembrance, his understanding. The angels are taking notes, man.
Well, I also want to add that what we see going on right now with the Israelis and Hamas, all right, that's a full-on genocide and slaughter, all right. And look, and of course, look who's supporting it. It's only Edomite Americans. All right, the whole world is looking at them like side-eyeing them, like, look at these devils, man.
Right.
Yeah.
But of course, Edomites here in America are going to support their Edomite cousins over there. All right, because they're the same people that came over and did that to the quote unquote Native Americans. They came over and slaughtered them, stole all their land. All right, so they're doing the same. So of course, oppressor is going to support another oppressor.
Well, it's his grandson. Amalek was Esau's grandson.
Right,
man.
right.
And
So what do you think he's going to do?
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, and the busting part about that is they know America actually understands if they go and say anything, then then more of your shameful past gets to be brought up.
Right,
Who are you talking to? I mean, these other nations have already begun to declare it. Who are you talking to? Why are you over here with the atrocities that you've committed in your own land?
Right, right.
Nobody is letting these devils slide anymore because nobody is they're not scared of you no more.
Well, I seen a video where I saw a video today where they're trying to take history out. They're trying to take slavery and all these different things out of the history books.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they're ashamed of that. But
Yeah.
it's too late, man. The whole world knows. All right, Esau's being exposed, as the Lord said, He's going to uncover his nakedness. All right, meaning his wickedness, his iniquity. It's too late. All right.
Back to that shameful spewing.
Right.
The book of what name? We know that was speaking about Nineveh, but hey, these devils are walking in the same footsteps as Nineveh.
Right. Right.
Right? That's why that eclipse passed over 7 cities of Nineveh in America.
7 too, huh?
Yeah.
7.
Complete
Yeah.
number
Complete
completion.
You know?
Ooh, man, Lord about to bring terrible disaster,
Right.
man, and we can't wait. We
In
is
a beautiful kind of way.
in a beautiful way.
I got one real quick, and either one can break it down. It says Ephesians 2:11. It says, "Wherefore remember that you being in the time past Gentiles in the flesh, see, who were called the uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands." You see, so you had. Oh, go ahead. Anybody want to break that down?
Read it one more time.
It says, "Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands."
Yep. So at one time, all right, and this is going back to that same topic, the Jews
Right,
versus the
right.
Grecians. All right, at one time, once again the Jews, they were looking down on the Israelites who were following the Greek customs because they weren't getting circumcised. All right, but he says you were once called Gentiles, all right, because once you turned and have faith in Yahweh Shai, all right, then you were indoctrinated back into the Father, adopted back into the family of the Heavenly Father.
Right. Right. So, being called Gentiles in the flesh because they were acting out the ways of the heathen. Man.
Right.
If I would use one word, I would say fell away.
Yeah.
Yep.
You were Israelites who fell away. And I don't really have a problem referring to Judah, Benjamin, and Levi as Israelites. Because essentially that's what we all were at one time. We were all Israelites. The separation, then we became the so-called, and I think the Romans or the Greeks, who gave us the name the Jews? Because they basically clumped Judah, Benjamin, and Levi together and put that title on them. But the Most High said the northern and southern kingdom, but we were always all Israelites.
Yeah.
Well, that goes back to Ezekiel 37, one stick.
Yeah.
So that we're going to be put back together. But let me keep going here. It says, so that at that time you were without the anointed, okay, whose name is Yahweh Shai. It says, being aliens, see, from the commonwealth of Israel, see, and strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope and without power in the world. Why? Because they were following the ways of the heathen. Man.
Right, right.
But it says here, but now, see, in the anointed Yahweh Shai, it says, ye who sometimes were afar off are made by the blood of Salachya, are made nigh by the blood of Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
I just want to say that verse is beautiful because it says that being Gentiles, you had no hope.
Right.
All right, and that's people the people that are still in these Christian and Catholic churches, you have no hope, man. Because one, they don't really believe in the prophecies.
No.
So they're perfectly happy with Esau being on top of them for the next 1,000 years.
Oh yeah.
See, when you understand these prophecies, you understand this truth, it gives you hope. Because if we look around us, we're in poverty, man. We live in check to check. It's a rough life out here. All right, but the Lord said he's coming to wipe away all that. All right, he's coming to wipe away all that. And not only that, but the people who put us in this position, he's coming to take that down. That's good news to me.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
You know what? I was just, man, when I heard that, I was thinking of the same thing, because I can remember, you know, that portion of time, especially after my mother passed away, and still dealing with that Christianity, and it was like I was hopeless, man. I really had no hope.
right.
You know, the Most High had removed the desire from me to want to continue in that church, but at the same time, I knew nothing else. And then at the same time, I was like in a hopeless ass condition. And now, once you are able to look and have your eyes open and actually understand, man, that joy, that you know, because we live by hope.
Yeah.
You know, hope is all we have to hold on to. You know, which
prisoners of hope.
Right, which translates to faith. You know, but now we understand faith, and it's not that crap that they teach you in these daggone harlot houses.
Right.
You know, it's a new joy that enters into you, and it literally prepares you for the evil times to come. You know.
Yep.
Right. And I got a little bit more. I'll read verse 13 again. Ephesians 2 and 13. It says, "But now, in Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, ye who sometimes were afar off are made nigh by the blood of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach." See, and that's who he came upon the cross for the nation of Israel. It tells you that in Acts, the 5th chapter.
Yep.
See, he died for forgiveness of sins for who? For Israel.
Right.
It says, "For he is our peace, who hath made both one." See, putting the Judah,
together,
the stick together.
Uh-huh.
See, it has broken down the middle wall of partition between us. See, having abolished in the flesh the enmity, even the law of commandments contained in the ordinances, it says, for to make himself of twain one new man, so making peace. So that's bringing, you know, everybody together, man. Those are the circumcision and those are the uncircumcision.
Right.
See? And it says, and that he might reconcile both unto the Most High in one body by the cross, see, having slain the enmity thereby. You see?
Yep. That's beautiful right there. That's beautiful.
Yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much, you know, what when they speak about Gentiles, those are the Israelite foreigners, man.
Mm-hmm.
So now if we want to, I mean, unless we got anything else, we can. That's kind of a backdrop. I know it was a lot, but hey, man, you got to, you got to do it. You know.
Right.
When they go into that, you know what? Let's get that Romans. Are you still holding that Romans, brother?
Yeah, Romans 9.
Yeah.
Yep, I got him here.
Yeah, hold that, and then you got the Hosea, brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, just read 9 and 24.
Right.
All right, Romans chapter 9 and verse 24. It says, "Even us, whom he hath called, and not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles."
Right. And Christian will read that. You think that's speaking about the other nations?
Right. Verse 25, it says, "As he saith in OC is the New Testament name for Hosea. It says, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not beloved. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living power."
Right.
And that's Hosea 1, 10 and 11, right?
Yeah, the brother has it.
Okay, yep. So it tells you exactly what it's referencing. So
Right.
you read those two verses, it tell you what it's talking about. makes it nice and plain for you, real easy.
Yeah, but he, you know, like I said, that devil man in that video, you know, See, Gentiles, you know,
Right.
trying to say that it's speaking about these other nations when it clearly is not.
It tells you exactly what it's talking about. You just go and read the reference. Hosea 1, 10 and 11.
I've got it.
He went to 2. You know, he went to 2. But go ahead, brother. Go ahead and wherever you want to.
Yeah.
Where you want to start at?
I'm also holding if you want to grab Jeremiah 3 and 8 as well.
Okay, I'll grab that.
So you say this is Hosea chapter 1, verse 10, and it reads, "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power." If I want to break that down before I go to the next one.
Yeah,
I can speak on it. Yeah, that's exactly what I just read in Romans chapter 9 and verse 24 and 25. All right, this is the quote that was quoted by Paul. All right, because that's another thing. Christians think that the Old Testament and New Testament are like completely separate books, and the Lord came, He did away with the old. No, man. The Old Testament prophecies is what the New Testament is built off of. All right, and the Old Testament prophecies are all, for the most part, they're all end time prophecies. So it all applies to today's time. It's not, because they always say, "Oh, that's the Old Testament. We don't live in that no more." Oh, we do actually. We're right in the middle of it and getting ready to come to the end. All right, but yeah. So he just read that. He quoted what was quoted off of Romans chapter 9. All right, where Paul had got that from. Now the next verse is going to tell you exactly who he's addressing.
Verse 11, Hosea 1 and 11, and it reads, "Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together."
Well, is there any other nations involved there, brother?
Yeah. So right there, it says, spiritual Judah and spiritual no. You know what I mean? Hey, yeah, that's crazy. And my Bible has that Jeremiah 3 and
3 and 8. Let me know what you wanted. I got it.
Yeah, that's what 3 and 8.
You want it now?
I'll finish this out, and then you can bring that. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head, Yahushai, and they shall come up out of the land with for great shall be the day of Jezreel.
Actually, I believe that. I believe that's
David. That's King David.
King David, yes. It's saying about King David, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's tell you who it's talking about.
Right.
All right. The Jews and the Gentiles it's talking about.
Right.
All right.
And he actually went in the video. He went to Hosea the 2nd chapter.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And I'll read it. You want Jeremiah 3 and 8?
Yeah, because I'm holding Hosea the 2nd and 23.
Then I'll get Jeremiah 3 and 8 for you. It says, "And I saw when all the Salachya getting excited."
3 and 18.
Well, yeah, 3 and 8 is 7 and 8, and then 3 and 18 is also. But this is breaking down.
Now jump from
divorce.
I'll go to 8, then I'll go to 18. It says, "And I saw when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I have put her away and given her a bill of divorce." It says, "Yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but went out and played the harlot also. And it came to pass, though the lightness of her whoredom," meaning they didn't even consider their ways, man. Yeah. They still went after idols. It says that she defiled the land and committed adultery. See, with stones and with stocks. Yeah. See, now I'll jump down to 18. It says, and in those, well, this is going after. Actually, you know what? Let me go to verse 17. It says, "And at that time they shall call Jerusalem the throne of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yoshai, and all the nations shall be gathered unto it." Why? Because Israel scattered through all the 4 corners of the earth. Right. It says, actually, is that what it says? Let me read that again.
And that divorce is what put us into a Gentile state. You know what I mean? Especially the northern kingdom. You know what I mean? The Ephraim. The Most High, leave them alone. They have been turned, given to idols. Right. And worshiping idols makes you a Gentile. Because who were the other idols given to? The Gentiles. They have their gods, which are no gods but are idols.
Right, and I believe that's speaking more of Isaiah the 2nd chapter. You know, and all the nations are going to go to worship, to acquire of Jacob. You know, I believe that's speaking.
Yeah, no, I was going back to 8, but yeah, no, where you're at now is
If I may, I want to add a precept to that. The divorce also is what the divorce that he just read about in Jeremiah 3 and 8 is also what gave the other nations power to overcome us. All right, because if you go to Deuteronomy 28th chapter where it goes into blessings and the curses, I'm just going to read verse 10. All right. It says, actually I'll read 9. It says, the Lord shall establish thee as holy people unto himself, as he has sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy power and walk in his ways. And all the people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee. All right, so the reason why they were able to oppress and dominate, all right, the children of Israel so much, going all the way back to the Greek captivity, and really all the captivities, is because we had turned away from our power. So they know that. The elites know that. So their whole purpose...
What's that in Judith?
Judith 5 and 20.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. The elites understand this. So their whole purpose is to get you to never return back to your Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because once we do, all right, once we do, they're through. It's over. That's why they have all these campaigns fighting and trying to stop us from knowing all the information that we're bringing out right here today. And if I may, I do have one precept to back that up, if I may. This is Psalms chapter 81, all right, and verse 13. It says, "Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways." Verse 14, "I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries." So if we would have just, once again, as the blessing said, if you follow these and obey, I will make you the head and not the tail. All the nations shall be in fear of thee. All right. The reason why they were able to overcome us and dominate us is because we did not keep the ways that Yahweh Shem Yahushai gave to us through the law. All right. But he said, if all of Israel would have came back and turned back to me, I would have soon subdued their enemies. And that's what's getting ready to happen now, because the elect is turning back to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And now these Edomites, they know that they're about to be taken down. That's what they're afraid of. Right. So they spend all kind of money, and they have these churches and these plantation Christians trying to get us to go back into slavery, trying to get us to turn back away, get us to go backwards. Pretty much is what's going on.
Then great fear fell upon them that saw them.
Trying to put us to sleep, man.
Exactly, put us back to sleep.
Back to sleep.
Right.
Hey, that's why they even hijacked that whole woke thing. You know what I mean? To make it into something different than what it originally is.
Like
you know,
weirdo.
Yeah.
Black magic and
right.
astrology and Egyptology nonsense.
Bullshit.
Right.
Monkey ball bullshit.
Right.
You want me to bring that Judith out?
Yeah, bring that Judith out.
Okay.
Then I'll finish
This is Judith 5 and starting at 20. "Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them."
Yeah. Right. And that's the mindset of these other nations, man.
Right.
You know, and here's the kicker. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their power defend them, and their power before them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Right. And you hear that? They're personal pronouns, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Meaning it's a certain people.
THEIR. So even they knew when they wrote it out there, because that is, possessive.
Right. They know if the Israelites are doing what they're supposed to do,
right,
and we come against them, we're gonna get our asses kicked. All right. That's why hey man, the elites they see us out there. Yeah. They probably want to kill us. I'm sure they do. But what the scriptures say. Now I'm gonna lift up a standard. When the enemy comes in like a flood, if they bust a move, the Lord's gonna bust a move, and it's gonna end in their ruin, man. And they know that.
Try to get a precept real quick.
Why you getting that? Oh, but that's the reason why, like I said, man, these churches, all right, they're set up by the devil himself. They're designed to keep you away from understanding this stuff, because as long as everybody stays asleep, their kingdom would continue on. But
I got it real quick.
This whole
Go.
this whole society, you know, the churches govern how the society is run, but this whole society, even from like I was listening to one of the brothers, you know, like as you wake up to this truth, to this understanding, like all right, I'm off of pork, I'm not eating the pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. Well, they grind it up and put it in everything that you deal with. It's in your clothing. It's in the food that you think is righteous.
Toothpaste.
It's in toothpaste. In soap. It's large soap. You know what I mean? And they come up with different names for it.
Right.
So that when you're reading the ingredient, you're like, I'm gonna do my due diligence. I'm gonna read it. You read the ingredients. You read right over pork because you didn't recognize how they labeled it.
Right. It didn't say pork, so
No,
I'm good.
right,
I'm good.
You know, right. You know.
It says something like Dubistol X47.
Yeah,
Some weird chemical, and really it's just pork fat.
Pork.
Right.
Right.
Well, the thing is, the scripture says that the Lord tries the reins, so He understands our intent.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so but I got a quick one here. It says Romans 8:31. It says, "What shall we say then to these things? If the Most High be for us, who can be against us?"
That's right.
See, so it doesn't matter, man. If we're the elect number, no matter what we do, not that we willingly commit sin, but no matter what we do, the Lord's covering. Yahweh Shai's blood is covering it.
So there's no charge that can be brought against the elect.
Right. Well, it's right here.
Roughly,
It said, verse 33 says, "Who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect? For it is the Most High that justifieth." You see, who is He that condemneth? It is Yahweh Shai that died, yea, rather that is risen again, who is even at the right hand of the Father, or Yahweh, say, who also maketh intercession for us. So He's pleading for us, man, as our lawyer.
Right.
See, so even if we eat something or we drink something or use toothpaste with something that we don't recognize as pork, hey, we're covered. Not that we're we're not doing it.
We do
unwittingly.
Right.
You know, yeah. And that's something else you devils is gonna get it for, man. Laying claim to the sacrifice of our Lord and Savior, and boldly laying claim to it too, man. You gonna pay for that.
And willingly breaking the law.
Right.
Willingly.
Wholeheartedly.
If you're gonna claim you believe in the Lord, which He is not possible because the Lord got to put the Spirit on you too. But if you're gonna claim you believe in the Lord, at least try to keep the commandments, at least a little bit.
Well, to rehearse the righteous acts.
Right.
Okay.
But they do the exact opposite.
Oh yeah.
They literally go fight tooth and nail to find ways that they can break the laws of the Heavenly Father. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
It's nuts, man. It's crazy. But hey, once again, it has to be this way because this is that clear separation. If you Malachi 3:18, it says, "Then shall they return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him who serveth the Most High and him who serveth him not." If you can't tell that these Christian pastors ain't right, something wrong with your ass. The Lord gonna kill you.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it real. If we're this far in the game, if you can't tell that these Christian and Catholic preachers and pastors, there's something wrong with them, they not the men of the Lord, something is wrong with you, man.
Right. You got to recognize, you got to have that discernment. Well, it all comes from Yahweh Bashmi Shai.
Right.
Because you got to have that discernment, man. If they're not, what is that to along to the testimony?
If they speak not according to this word, it is because there's no light in them,
man.
And they ain't speaking according to the word. You go to the Christian church on a Sunday, they go open up the Bible, all the dust all the powder gonna fill the church. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna read about 3 precepts. He's gonna say
John 3:16.
John 3:16, and he's gonna say Jesus loves you, and in my Father's house are many mansions.
Right.
And he's gonna say, if you want a mansion, everybody give $100 a day.
Man.
That's what he's gonna do.
Tell you a couple stories. Tell you a couple stories about his dog and his cat.
I got a quick precept to go with what the brother said. This is Psalms 50 and 16, and it reads, "But unto the wicked the Most High saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes?
Right.
Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?
Right. Seeing
thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee."
And they do that especially in the judicial system. They say put your hand on the Bible.
You're not
supposed to swear it off.
You're supposed to be swearing off God.
And these devils, they take the covenant in their mouth, but they do everything. That's why it's Satan, man. At the adversary, adverse to the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
And there's no justice in this judicial system. It's just us. You know, that rings so true when you actually get the understanding. It's not justice, it's just us. When you step before those judges on any issues, on any matters, do not expect to get done any way righteously. The only way you can expect any kind of righteous dealings is if the Most High puts it on their spirit for that moment to do right by you. But other than that, man, when you go before these devils on any count, good, bad, or indifferent, you never go towards them anticipating that they're going to do right. Because it's not in them.
Nope.
Let me finish this. You got a precept?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You want me to bring it?
Yeah, go ahead, bring it out, then I'll finish this, and then you finish Hosea, then we'll probably. I mean, it seems like again here we just going on one thing, brother.
Hey, the devil, man, he brought out, you know.
He said a lot. He said in the little video that he made, he said a lot, man.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And he was wrong on everything.
Right. Hey, this is Isaiah 26:10. It says, "Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord." So it don't matter, man. He's in his kingdom right now. It says the wicked will not learn righteousness.
Right.
You trying to make someone righteous that ain't. They can't be, man. It's not in them. He was accustomed to do evil.
Right.
That's what he's created for.
And he's in the land of,
right.
Like literally, he's in the land.
He's in Jerusalem, yeah.
Fucking up big time.
Pink City.
Right.
Fucking up.
Pink City, man.
Right.
Damn, peanut butter chasers, man.
Wall humping the wall. Where's that in the scriptures?
Circumcising boys with their teeth.
Right.
What the hell is that, man?
Right. Giving those babies venereal diseases.
Syphilis and whatever else they're giving them.
And then it gets hidden away. You know, like they talking about the tunnels over there in Hamas. What about the tunnels in New York?
Right.
They covered them up quick.
Why don't you go bomb them?
Yo, did you see the video? Hey, when they exposed it, they had them Amalekites, man. They was running like trying. What are y'all gonna do? Put the blocks back up?
Man. That's why they call rats. Rats coming out of the gutters.
Hey, I love that one video.
Fucking rats.
Sick, man.
I love that video short the brother did on the imitating the mob. Manny Manischewitz. Did y'all see that?
No, I didn't see it.
Oh man, I got it. Yeah, if I can find it. He did a short. You remember? I think it was in Goodfellas when they all got popped.
Okay.
The movie they did a parody with them. It is hilarious.
Huh.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Man.
One of the brothers from DMF did it.
That's your precept, brother?
I already read it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I don't know if you had another. Y'all bring out like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's Jeremiah 3:17. It says, "And at that time they shall call Jerusalem the throne of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai. Say, and all nations shall be gathered unto it. To the name of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai, to Jerusalem, says, neither shall they walk any more after their imagination of their evil heart. It says, in those days the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given see for inheritance unto your fathers."
Yep. And when did that happen? When did it? Because you say the people over there that are in the land right now are the Israelites. Where's King David at? Where's Yahweh Shai?
Yeah.
And when was the great miraculous deliverance that's spoken of?
Right.
When did that happen?
That's supposed to outshine the first deliverance.
Right, exactly. I don't remember that.
What was the movie?
How many days have they had peace?
They got the 10 Commandments. Where's the new one?
And we're not even gonna bring up where the other tribes, but how many days have you had peace since you invaded that land?
Right.
Because when Israel goes home, it's going to be peace. You know, where's every man with his fig tree? Where's that at?
Where's the streets paved in gold?
right. You know, where are those 12 gates? Where are all the things? Where is Yahweh Shai?
See, but this is once again, it makes me angry because, once again, as I said before, all this is coming out, and you still have people trying to uphold the lies, man. Yeah. That makes me mad. That's why.
We get it though. You know, I always say that we get it. We get why because once the truth begins to you know what I mean, overwhelm you, then that's when that despair is gonna kick in for all of these other nations.
Right.
Because that's when these are they
Right.
who we had in derision,
Yeah, these
reproach.
right. These
You know what I mean?
niggas,
These niggas
these
here.
wetbacks, you know, these tontos.
You know? Hey, and that's why Jacob's gonna be in,
Yeah.
because it's gonna be a big ass universal. Fuck that. As bad as we treated them, there's no way we're gonna be able to allow them to be in that position, because you know, anybody with half a brain knows what's coming.
Well, you know, Scripture says, "Thou shalt meditate terror upon it."
Right.
Man. So,
You know?
I mean, not to get ahead of the situation, but hey, man, when you're in the
Brothers
kingdom,
is already beginning the process.
Yeah.
Can you imagine when we elevated to that level?
Oh, man.
When the Most High puts His Spirit,
Rule them with a rod of iron.
and we talking
Like I
the
said.
King of Terrors,
Right.
gonna give us the ability to dwell on terrors to bring to you devils and you other nations. Don't get it twisted. You other nations ain't just sliding out of it like, "Ooh, lucky I wasn't involved." Nah, you've had your involvement.
Yep.
You've had your involvement.
Yeah,
all of you.
Your dogs lick the wound.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, get that Hosea, brother, and then that we'll close out. I mean, we won't close, but we'll finish with that.
Okay.
Basically, not, so we don't have to make a part 3.
Yeah.
I mean, we could, but basically,
video call with the brother with a part 3.
Right.
That'd be something to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this is Hosea 2 and 23, right? That's what you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he quoted.
And I will sow her unto me in the earth, and I will have mercy upon her that had not obtained mercy.
Right. He said Gentiles. That's what he said.
Right. You know.
Which is true, but
Yeah.
what's Gentiles?
Yeah.
Not the natural Gentiles.
No.
I wonder when did Esau not have mercy though? That's another thing. I said, when was no mercy shown to Esau? When were they getting their asses kicked?
They are actually the perpetrators of the no mercy.
Exactly. That's my point.
Hey, this is why the scripture says that he who is shown no mercy is going to receive no mercy.
Right.
You know,
Right.
ain't nobody that's dwelling on torments, dwelling on, oh well, how am I going to be nice to this? You know what I mean? Not all of them are. No. Because whether this life or your past life.
We'll bring you.
Yeah.
Because he said that. This is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. This is page 142, and it says it's under Edom. Edomites. Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as a scene of great future judgments.
Man.
It says, see notably Isaiah 34 and 5, Isaiah 63 and 1, and we know what they say. It says, she is the only neighbor of the Israelites who are not given any promise of mercy from the Most High. See that?
Man. Though he sought it carefully with tears. You know.
I'll have that one blessing, my Father.
You know, once again, he did
What
it.
scripture was that?
No, it's not. It's out of the Zondervan Bible Dictionary.
Yeah,
Page 142.
But you can find it in the different quotes. Was it Isaiah? Was it
34 and
34
5.
and 5, Isaiah 63.
Obadiah 1 and 18.
Yeah,
Obadiah 1 and 21.
Right. Second Ezra 6 and 9.
Yeah.
Esau is the end of the world.
Yeah,
I
in the
mean,
beginning of that?
it's all over the scriptures, man.
Ezekiel
Talking
35,
about,
Ezekiel 25.
Habakkuk talks about who, he says, basically says Teman, but if you read it in the NLT, it says Edom.
Yeah.
Because he sees the chariots coming, the same thing that Isaiah saw in Isaiah 63, man.
Revelation 13 and 10. These are some of my favorite scriptures, so I can
into the house of the
I can quote them off top. You want to know about Esau's judgment? Come to me. I'm gonna tell you. All right, so
Again, her that had not obtained mercy, and I will say unto them which were not my people, thou art my people, and they shall say, thou art my power.
Yeah, that's speaking about the Israelite foreigners, man.
right.
And we really went through it. We showed you in the scriptures why there were Hellenes and Hellenistas. Okay, we showed you that. I mean, what else do you want? It's not our fault.
Why they were called not
You
my
know what I'm saying?
people?
It's
Because
not
they
our
got a
fault.
divorce?
Hey, the Lord's doing it. It's not us.
Right. And also, I believe if you go into the beginning, Hosea chapter 2, You started all the way at verse 1. You go to the blue letter. It says, say ye unto your brethren, Ami, and to your sisters, Ruhamah. If you go into the blue letter on those words, I believe it actually goes into the 12 tribes of Israel. So, I mean, it tells you exactly who it's directed to. You know, there's no confusion.
Yeah, he had the prophet named, after he had him marry a harlot, he had him name his 2 children, Lo-Ami.
Right.
And
that's the first chapter. It's right there. It's right there.
It's all there.
Yeah. And we just, you know, for the sake of time, we didn't read it all, but it's all right there.
Yeah.
It's speaking about Israelites.
You know, but hey, naturally, if you don't want to see it, and he most likely read over that when he was, you know, building up his little synopsis about, you know, how everybody was included, and he most likely recognized right away, I need to go ahead and get around this because I don't want to deal with it. Right. You know, and we get it. We get it why you Christians don't want to deal with it. You know, because I always say, when the Apocrypha is put back in, somebody got to get out. There's not enough space for Christianity and the Apocrypha in the Scriptures. This is why the Bible Destruction Crew got it out of there.
No.
You know what I mean?
I got a precept to close out with.
Well, actually, you know what? This is we're not going to go into it, but when he quoted Deuteronomy 23:7, thou shalt not abhor an Edomite.
Oh, yeah.
It's a clerical error, man.
I just made a video on that.
You go to 2 Kings 16:6. You read it in the New King James, and it gives you the correct wording. You know, Assyrian. Okay, right. That's what it is. This is exactly what it is. We're not going to get into it, but it's all it was, man. So even let's say even if it was, abhor means to what? Avoid. Doesn't mean to hate. That's all it means. Right. And then I'm just going to get this because he said in all the nations shall that be blessed. All nations will be blessed. Yeah. But let me get this, and if somebody can hold. Since that brother's going to close out with something, grab Isaiah 43:5, brother. Now read this. This is Genesis 28, and let's see what I want to start on. I'll try to get to the point. And verse 12 says, and he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached into heaven. It says, and behold, the angels of God ascending and descending on it. So it's basically going into Jacob's ladder, which is our connection, okay, between us and Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. You know, the angels come to and fro, okay, either sealing, okay, you know, people to, you know, to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, or blocking their understanding from not getting it. It says, and behold, the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai stood above it and said, I am the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, power of Abraham thy father. See, and the power of Isaac. See, and the land whereon thou liest, to thee will I give it. See, to thy seed, and to thy seed. And this was Jacob. This is speaking of Jacob. It says, and thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth, and thou shalt spread abroad, listen, to the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. Listen, and in thee, and in thy seed, all the families of the earth shall be blessed. He's speaking about the Israelites, not speaking about every other nation. Get that real quick, brother? Isaiah 43:5?
Yeah.
Grab it real quick, brother.
43 or 45?
43.
No, it's 43:5.
Okay.
All the way down.
You know,
I'm holding it, yeah. All the way down to 9.
Oh, you're in there right now?
Yeah, I'm in it, yeah.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I got both. I have both.
Okay, well, if you got it, go ahead, brother, if you got it.
You want to bring it out, and then because you know, if I go over here to 45,
well, get yours. Get that one then.
Okay. Yeah.
And then we get that, and then we'll close out.
Salachya, I got the wrong one, but this one is a good one.
Spirit.
And I will give thee. I'm gonna start at verse 3. And I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, which call thee by thy name, am the power of Israel. For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel my elect, I have even called thee by thy name. I have surnamed thee, though thou hast not known me.
Right. Beautiful right there. Yep. Now, I'm going to get that Isaiah 43:5, because that lines up perfectly what you said about the seed being spread across.
Right.
This is Isaiah chapter 43, and I'm starting at verse 5. It says,
and listen good. Listen good,
yeah. It lines up perfectly. It was at Genesis 28.
Yep. Listen good.
Isaiah 43:5. Fear not, for I am with thee.
With who? With Israel.
Right, yep. I will bring thy seed from the east, and gather thee from the west. I will say to the north, give up. And to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from far, and my daughters from the ends of the earth.
Right.
even every one that is called by my name. For I have created him for my glory. I have formed him. Yea, I have made him. Bring forth the blind people that have eyes, and the deaf that have ears. Let all the nations be gathered together, and let the people be assembled. Who among them can declare this, and show us former things? Let them bring forth their witness, that they may be justified, or let them hear, and say, it is truth.
Right. And that's just the Lord, you know, he's mocking them, right, you know, at that point. But but the point, you know, I wanted was the you know, bring my sons and daughters from the east, from the west. It's a hold not back, man.
Right.
You know,
that was Isaiah
43 and 5.
You got another one?
I could have read that other one before or after that. You know what I mean? Because that adds clarity to who that's. You know what I mean? If you didn't get it on the first go round, hey, you know.
You got something else?
No.
But I got one to close out with.
Close it out.
Really gonna add. Let's
do it. That's it.
All right.
And we'll close out with
that. Isaiah chapter 62 and verse 11. It says, "Behold, the Lord has proclaimed it to the end of the world. Say ye to the daughter of Zion, behold, thy salvation cometh. Behold, his reward is with him, and his work before him. And they shall call them the holy people, the redeemed of the Lord.
Right.
And thou shalt be called, sought out, a city not forsaken." It says, say that to the daughter of Zion. Right?
Beautiful.
All right, that's only the Israelites. That's it. So this gospel is going to be proclaimed throughout the whole earth. All right, to the daughter of Zion. All right. And that's it. So.
Right, and I'll include the devil's video in the description box if anybody needs to see it. But you know, that's it, man. You know, we're not gonna add no more to it. That's enough.
Yeah.
You know, the devil went off again.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't understand the scriptures. So, you know, Lord willing, you know, it's edifying. You know, the scriptures we brought out, and you know, it's a.
I say he got pieced up in the first round and pieced up in the second round.
In the rematch, man,
You know what I mean?
he got knocked out again. Okay. But yeah. So that's it.
Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, all right. Lord's will is edifying. I'm going to turn to the east. Give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the head apostles who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth. Peace, blessings, and safety to all you sincere Akim. Keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of what people here forbear. All right, one day closer, Shalom, and a Bible ball.
Shalom. The Bible ball. Shalom.
Shalom.
Oh, boy.